Welcome to Rock Cabal Live, the internet's newest music source, giving artists and musicians the voice to be heard. And now, on with the show, you filthy animals.
This is Mike Edgley with Rock Cabal Live, and I'm here with David Sixx, manager of the band Baker's Dozen. What's up, man?
How you doing, brother?
Pretty good. So, the band Baker's Dozen, Las Vegas, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now what I was catching with Baker's Dozen, the feel I got listening to them, watching a couple videos and some links that I got, to me, it's very LA Guns. Does that make sense?
Little bit.
Yeah. I'm feeling that. Like, they have a really good vibe, man. A really cool, like an alternative. It's so weird to place it because I hear so many influences in that band. So
Yeah.
can you tell me a little bit about the band, how they formed, and the members? I know the members' names, but kind of tell me how everything got together and how you started managing this band.
Sure, absolutely. Basically, the band started, they actually formed in October 2016 when the singer Tommy and the guitar player Zach were in a AC/DC tribute band called High Voltage. They started throwing around the idea of coming up with something that was more original that ain't being done, with a sound that's not being done, especially in Vegas. And they started playing around with different members and came up with the idea for Baker's Dozen. It just kind of hit.
Okay, now the guys that are in there now, these guys all from Vegas, and as you said, that there's people that changed hands. So this is not the first lineup of Baker's Dozen, is what you're saying.
Well,
this is like kind of down the road.
Actually, the only non-original member is the drummer.
Okay. And that's Jake Pilcher, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And then, so these guys formed up thinking, okay, we're going to do this new sound, this new kind of thing. So what did they start doing? Was this like just local bars kind of, just doing gigs, trying to put their feelers out, see what's going on? Or did they really hit hard right off the bat to start touring, try to get it together?
No. Actually, their debut show, their very first show, they opened up for LA Guns at Vamped over out here in Vegas.
Nice. I said LA Guns. Isn't that weird?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, dude. Like, I mean, when I heard it, honestly, that's the first thing I thought of. I was like, wow, these guys are very LA Guns kind of. Like, it's actually very cool to hear. So now, when did you come into the picture? Like, how long were these guys doing what they were doing until you came in and kind of did your thing?
They actually, Tommy, Zach, and our bass player David Carr kind of pulled me in, I think 2 weeks prior to their debut show. And they were like, yeah, look, we've seen you around. We know what you do. You've done a lot of stage crew stuff with a lot of different bands, and we want to see what you can do managing us. We need a manager, someone that can get us out there and take care of the business so that we don't have to worry about it.
Right.
And
yeah. I saw your resume, by the way. It's really impressive, dude. A lot of stage crew, road crew, touring some pretty cool acts. Is it safe to say this is your first management gig with a band?
Management, yes.
And how is that going so far? How do you feel about it?
Oh, I'm loving it. I mean, we're having a lot of fun and trying to just see, how far we can take this little beast that we call Baker's Dozen, I guess you could say.
Yeah. How far have these guys stretched out? They're just doing Vegas now, or I mean, are they how far have they been traveling out?
For right now, we've only been doing shows in Vegas, but I'm always reaching out to different clubs trying to get us, festival dates or different just out of state gigs, because I know once they get out there, I know everybody's going to hear what I'm hearing, and they're going to see the energy that I see on stage with these guys. It's just unreal.
Yeah,
the energy that they have is just ridiculous.
I could totally see them playing in Cleveland, like, my neck of the woods, or playing in, like upstate New York, for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, no doubt. Florida, especially. So these guys get together and they make this band Baker's Dozen. They get you to manage them. And Tommy Elliott on vocals. Is it Zach Rubel or Rubble or Rubel? Which one is it?
Zach Rubel on guitar.
Okay, yeah, on guitar and backup folks.
Yep.
And then Dave Carr, correct?
Yep.
on bass and backup vocals, and then of course, we said Jake Pilcher on drums.
Yes.
What is the main goal of these guys? I mean, is this something they want to do? Do they want to be independent? Do they want a label? Like, what is it that they're trying to achieve? Dude, their stage act is pretty cool. I was watching some live footage, and they're all over. Like they're not boring. They don't just stand there and play, man. The singer is very animated for sure.
No, our end goal. I mean, obviously we do want to. As I said, we want to get out of Vegas. We want to tour. We want to get signed to a label and just, do this for a living. That's their passion. That's their goal. We want to get signed. We've got the energy for it, and we feel that it's, if you don't want to get signed, why are you doing it?
True.
Kind of like other bands do.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's two ways of looking at it. You got the independent label side, and you got the major label side. And I think both of them have pros and cons. But I totally see what you're saying. If you're doing it for a hobby, that's cool too. But if you're going to do it for a living, then do it for a living, yeah. Looking at your resume, because this is a two-sided interview, realistically, now that I'm talking to you as manager of Baker's Dozen. So what got you started in doing, the roadie type work, stage crew? Like, where did you get your first digs in doing that?
Well, God, I think my first gig, I think, was probably in 1995 when I was living in LA. I've got a really good friend of mine I've known for probably the past 30 years by the name of Scumlove. He's got an industrial metal band. The singer's also an A&R rep for Schecter Guitars.
Oh, nice.
And, I've gone to a couple of his gigs back in the day and, really kind of just started showing up and helping out. Whenever I'd see him show up to a club, I would just automatically go out to his car and start asking the guys if I could help. And next thing I know, I started, kind of doing it on a permanent basis with them.
Now, is this something that you're going to end up doing? I mean, are you going to go along with them while they're touring? Is this something, are you just going to kind of manage from home kind of thing?
No, I plan to go on the road with them.
That's awesome.
Because I also help them with their stage crew as well, like, bringing up their gear and whatever needs to be done, with the merch, pretty much that's going to be my job is making sure that they, we get to the load in on time and sound checks go okay. And,
Oh yeah. So you're just doing the whole gamut. You're doing the road manager gig. You're doing the manager gig. You're doing the whole nine.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So now, back with the band. Mm-hmm. So who's the primary leader, I guess? Like who do you see doing the most of the songwriting? Is this a collaboration thing? They kind of have a head guy that does most of the writing. Like how's that work in the band for chemistry?
Mostly it's done by Tommy Elliott.
Okay.
He's doing, I'd probably say he does all of the writing pretty much. And he collaborates kind of him and, he'll come up with stuff and then he'll bring Zach in and they'll pretty much start sitting on the couch and just going over what Tommy already has written as far as songs, and Zach will throw his guitars on.
Where at this point can we find everybody? I know on Facebook, if I'm correct, it's Baker's Dozen and then LV, right?
Yes.
Okay, so what other links can all of our people know to find these guys? I found them on YouTube.
Right. We've also got reverbnation.com/bakersdozen5, like the number 5.
Right, okay.
On Instagram, we're at dozenbakers01.
Awesome.
And number1music.com/bakersdozen.
So I'm really hoping you guys get up this way, or I find myself in Vegas soon doing something. Really quick before we end this interview, okay? I did see a video that I thought was really, really cool. So did I see the banner right that they were playing a gig in Vegas opening for Steel Panther? Was that correct?
Yes. Yeah, we've actually opened for Steel Panther twice at the House of Blues.
That is sweet, man. That was like the second video in that I saw. And yeah, man, really good stage presence. Tommy's voice is awesome, by the way. Make sure you guys, everybody out there, check out Baker's Dozen on Facebook. That's the LV. Go to the other links that he described on Instagram and Reverb Nation and such. And Dave, it was awesome talking to you, and I hope you guys do amazing things in the future, man.
Thank you very much, man. It was awesome talking to you.
All right, man. Take care.
Thanks for listening to Rock Cabal Live. Don't forget to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and Spotify. Like our page for giveaways and more.